And the Congress is organizing nationwide protests against what they're calling the undemocratic actions of the governor of Tamil Nadu, Rajendra Arlekar. And let's quickly take this across to my colleague Niyamika. Niyamika, where all are the protests being organized and what really is the Congress trying to communicate? Because clearly for the Congress, it is important to drum up support of the smaller parties. At this point of time, they are going to be raising the issue of misuse of the governor house across the nation. Take us through what's happening, Niyamika.
Madhav, the Congress party is basically trying to create a narrative all across the state of Tamil Nadu that this is against the constitution. This is against the democratic norms, the way in which governor has refused to invite Vijay to form the government in the state, and that is the only reason why yesterday the in charge of the Tamil Nadu Congress, Mr. Girish Chodankar, has made a tweet in this regard in which he has basically stated that it is the responsibility of the governor to call the single largest party in the state after the assembly elections are out, but as he is not ready to do that, and so the Congress party has taken a decision to hold the demonstrations all across the state, as this is going to be a district-wise protest where all the DCC presidents have been asked to come to the streets to make sure that this concern should be taken up to the people of Tamil Nadu, that how this is completely against the constitutional norms, that the governor is asking TVK to prove the majority numbers. Clearly, we have seen that how the Congress party has extended its support to TVK, but still they are lacking, to touch upon the majority mark, as the left parties and the VCK are yet to take a decision over this entire matter. But the question which the Congress party is stating is that why the governor is asking the TVK to prove the majority numbers, because that can only be done in the assembly. The floor test can be done in the assembly itself, but firstly let the TVK form the government, let the swearing in ceremony take place, and Vijay should take oath as a chief minister, and then only it can be proven that whether he has the majority numbers or not. But the way in which he has been refused to do so by the governor twice, that is a question which the Congress party is raising, as we have seen that many of the Congress leaders have even made an attack.
Because the Tamil Nadu Congress has also hit out at the governor. They have in fact accused the governor of talking about majority and numbers. The Congress has raised the Save Constitution page. That's going to be the page on which they're going to be functioning here, and have in fact attacked the governor, saying that let us protect the Constitution, let us eradicate oppression, and they are going to be escalating the entire protest against what they are calling the undemocratic functioning of the governor in the state. So Niyamika, this is very important. Nationwide, of course, they are protesting, and in the state of Tamil Nadu as well, the Congress is going to escalate its protests against the governor. Niyamika.
Well, yes, indeed, this protest is going to take place all across Tamil Nadu. The district Congress committees have been asked to gather people and to make sure that they raise their voice against this action, which the kind of refusal which is being given by the governor of Tamil Nadu for the TVK to form the government in the state. They are basically stating that this is anti-democratic act which he has done, and they are basically pitching for the Save Constitution slogan, which they had done it earlier as well. Even many of the senior leaders of the Congress party, even from the state of Tamil Nadu itself, they are making this allegation that the government is working at the behest of the BJP, and that is the only reason why this kind of refusal has been given to him. It is not the responsibility of the governor to ask any party to prove the majority numbers, as it can only be done during the floor test. But firstly, it was the responsibility of the governor to call upon the single largest party, as the numbers are quite clear. The TVK has 108, and no other party had made any claim before TVK to form the government there. So the question which they are raising here is that why the governor is not doing his responsibility as per the constitution.
Stay with us, Niyamika. Let's quickly cut across live to my colleague Amita as well. Because Amita, I believe you have the larger picture of what's happening in Tamil Nadu before you. Over to you.
Absolutely, Madhav, because what we're going to talk about, if such past precedents have happened, and what are the political examples that could be given if such a scenario has happened in other states as well. So let's give you an understanding when we speak of the political churn there, because what has happened in the past as far as 2017 Goa is concerned, Congress had emerged as the single largest party, but again, it was the other party, which was the BJP, that had formed the government. So completely bypassing when we are looking at as far as when it comes to the numbers are also concerned. And similar situation that also arose in Manipur and thereafter in Meghalaya in 2018. So the governors instead invited the post-poll coalitions that produced the letters of support that claimed majority backing. So that seems to be when it comes to the largest party which has been left out, and that seems to be the previous or the past examples, Madhav, that has happened when it comes to multiple states. So it doesn't matter as far as the single largest party is concerned. The party which actually has the numbers can form the government.
Well, this is not what is being stated by P. Chidambaram, former union minister. He's put out a social media post saying that if no political allegiance or political party gets a single majority in assembly elections, what's the duty of the governor? The leader of the primary party should be invited to form the government based on the number of members of the assembly. This is the political rule. This is the parliamentary tradition. The platform where the leader of that party is to prove that he has majority support is the assembly, not the governor's palace. This is the Supreme Court judgment 1994 3 SCC 1. I commend the political parties of Tamil Nadu for explaining and emphasizing this rule. Amita, I believe you have the tweet up with you.
Yes, this is what P. Chidambaram has been saying, because on part of the Congress party which is lending support to the TVK this time, but despite that they still don't have the required numbers. So we are looking on part of the Congress which is expected to hold a protest outside the Lok Bhavan against the governor. And here is P. Chidambaram. He is of the opinion that if no political alliance or political party gets a single majority in the assembly elections, then what is the duty of the governor? His duty is that the leader of the primary party, which is the single largest party in this case, that is the TVK, should be invited to form the government based on the number of members of the assembly. This is a political rule, and this is the parliamentary tradition, the platform where the leader of the party has to prove that he has the majority support in the assembly and not the governor's place. And this is the Supreme Court judgment of 1993 SCC 1 that he says that I commend the political parties of Tamil Nadu for explaining and emphasizing this rule. So here this seems to be on part of the Congress point of view, which has already lended support to the TVK here, but who exactly has the required numbers? Because this is, Madhav, which the governor has also been seeking. The last two meetings that have now happened with Vijay, the governor has been seeking an update. Do you have the required numbers?
Absolutely. In fact, Kritika also joining us at this point of time. Kritika, whether it's former union minister P. Chidambaram who's talking about it, whether it is the Congress other leaders who are talking about it, what is very interesting is that when the Congress is being extremely vocal, the TVK has been quite silent. They've not been coming out and speaking out very openly on the role of the governor over here. But clearly the Congress is going to amp up this issue with nationwide protests, including protests in Chennai that are going to take place today. Kritika.
Well, absolutely. Congress has been at loggerheads with the governors of different states. In fact, the governors wherein they believe that they have been put in place by the BJP in order to, in fact, disrupt the functionings of the opposition ruled state. So this falls very well in tandem with what the political line of Congress has been. However, TVK, remember, is yet to stake claim to power, even though they have written letters. They've still not been formally invited. They're still not able to convince the governor that they have the numbers. So they're in fact being very measured in this entire scenario. Remember, this is also coming in at a time wherein we are also looking at TVK struggle to get these numbers, whether it is from the smaller DMK partners or in fact a faction of the AIADMK. That even remains to be seen, because as far as the AIADMK is also concerned, there is now the senior leadership which is trying to convince their workers that while Vijay has 108 seats or a vote share of 40%, it does in fact mean that 60% of the vote share of the people went towards the Dravidian party. So that is where the people need to come together for. That is where the party workers need to in fact focus on. As far as the statement of the governor is concerned, what Mr. P. Chidambaram has stated is also what was being raised yesterday as well by Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who is expected to give...
Kritika, we'll have to come in now. We have to take a very quick break. I'm going to request Dharni, Kritika as well as Pratibha to stay on with us. Slipping into a very quick break. More news and updates coming up. In fact, the protest that's going to take place at around 11 a.m. today. Will the protesters be allowed to come near the Lok Bhavan? Remains to be seen. But for the moment, we're going to slip into a very quick break. More news and updates right here on Times Now. Stay tuned.